Let's go straight over to New York again. Howard Yu is Lego Professor of Management and Innovation at the IMD Business School in Switzerland, but he happens to be in New York. And Howard, it's lovely to have you with us. Howard, I'm trying to get my head around this one. $82 billion. It's never made a profit. It warned us recently it may never make a profit. What are investors seeing?
I mean, Uber has so many problems, I don't even where to begin. It's this company that doesn't make money yet, and also their core business in terms of growth rate, we begins to see it coming slower and slower. So here's a company where its path to profitability remain evasive. At the time, it's trying to go after IPO. So I'm very worried about the company in terms of its fundamental business model going forward.
Yeah, and if you look at this business model, as you say, I was also surprised to see that, yes, Uber operates in 700 cities around the world, but they only rely on, well, they heavily rely on just 5 cities, LA, San Francisco, New York, London, and Sao Paulo. They rely on those 5 cities to make the bulk of their money. Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, that really highlights the vulnerability of their business model. Because when you rely on so much of just a handful of cities, strike in one city, regulation changes in the municipal level, that would cause a severe impact to the entire revenue stream of the company. As a result, if you're looking at the S1 filing, all they're talking about is the new sexy thing, the Uber Eats, the Uber Freight, the electric scooter sharing scheme on Jump. It's almost trying to deflect attention to the next rosy stuff. Meanwhile, their core business is still under tremendous amount of pressure, both local competition as well as global competition as well.
And I'm trying to wonder how they handle industrial relations, the relations with their driver. Yeah, yesterday we saw those strikes, right, in different parts of the world. The drivers were striking. But if Uber's future is part of it is going to be driverless, it's hard to, how do you keep happy with your drivers when those drivers think this company's future I'm not involved in it?
Exactly. I mean, here is the implication both short term and long term. In the short run, of course, the drivers are not happy because if you think back 3-5 years ago when this gig economy begins to took off, people were thinking about, being an Uber driver is a side income. I still have a mainstream income. So, but now today you see a lot of drivers, in fact, are full-time working for Uber without any employment security. Yeah. So this is the short-term implication. Over the long run,
Sorry, go on. No, go on. Give me the long run.
And over the long run, if you think about it, if Uber really trying to become a driverless fleet of transport company, that's a huge change in terms of the fundamental technologies. And we know that whenever a company trying to leapfrog to a disruptive type of technologies, it needs another wave of cash. It requires years of investment. Meanwhile, the core business is still not even profitable. So I'm really skeptical or worried about the long-term viability of the company.
Listen, I'm going to leave it there, Howard. We appreciate your time. Thanks so much. Have a great weekend. And thanks for joining us.